in the Acer TeamStory Cup than this guy. Spawning in the bottom left position as our blue Terran player coming in for Team Acer. He actually just took out our reigning Terran. Bang. It is Acer's MMA. And spawning in the top left position as the teal Zerg player coming in for MVP. It is Nakseo. So I do like, of course, TVZ. Like I was just saying in the chat, I am a Terran player myself, so watching MMA play is probably one of the least Jimmy rustling experiences that a man can endure in this life. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this next game. So currently, if you guys are just tuning in, literally you just opened the stream, you're like, all I heard was him saying. So we do have Acer up 2-1. In game number 1, we did see Nakseo take out Dream, and then Bang took out Nakseo, and now MMA took out Bang. So that's how we got the 2-1. Naxeo's coming in to fight against MMA and try to even the score. This is actually a best of 9, guys, so the first team to 5 wins, well, they win, if that wasn't obvious enough. So nothing unusual there. Naxeo's going to go for the fast hatchery. This is standard as can be. And MMA is going for the fast command center. Why am I not surprised? This is one of the maps that'll really just favor it for no reason. I like that Naxeo's going for the drone scout, but on this map, it's so hard to actually find your opponent. You're better off keeping the mining to yourself so that you can crank some of the other stuff out a little bit faster. Overlord does see MMA's setup. He knows. He knows what's up, guys. Like, okay, man, I'm onto your hijinks here. That you're going for this low ground command center. And the drone scout could come here and try to poke away at this SCV. Definitely a possibility. MMA is going for the standard barracks gas follow-up, but no, the drone wants to know what's happening in the main base first. And I do like that Nakseo is actually committing to his scouting. He wants to know 100% what MMA is doing. He's not going to immediately try to grab that command center kill and possibly skip some sort of scouting opportunity in the main. And the drone will run around. He's poked away at the SCV. He's forced MMA to pull an SCV to actually fight in hand-to-hand Mortal Kombat versus that drone. And, well, the drone doesn't actually have to fight him at all. And it's kind of like a taunt, you know? He just taunts him and then runs away. And then MMA's SCV is kind of like wasting time. So, 4 Zerglings on the way for Nakseo. And 4, it was actually going up to 6. He is feeling confident that these Zerglings might be able to put some pressure on. But he's actually just pocketing them for now. He's not attempting to run them in. He's not, yeah, I'll say his first two Zerglings should already be on their way to MMA's base. But he's going to make 6 Lings, and that's not going to do too much for him. Because MMA is immediately getting this bunker up. Nakseo, he does know of the bunker. Maybe he's anticipating that the bunker will be canceled or salvaged rather quickly. I don't think that there's any reason for him to believe that's even a remote possibility, but he is going to commit a little bit to the Zerglings. I mean, it's just a simple matter of if he had only built the 4, he would have 2 more drones, and that can make all the difference. But no, he's going to try to go. He's just going to run straight past here. He knows there's no wall in the main base. A brilliant move by Nakseo. He realizes, hey, you don't have anything here. He's going to try to get on this reactor. The problem with what Naxeo's doing is that now that MMA has pulled a couple of SCVs, sure, it's going to kill some mining time, but he shouldn't actually lose anything at all to this. The Marines are here. They can deal with these Zerglings now just fine. I feel like MMA should pull these SCVs off. And oh, look at this. Nakseo being so annoying, splitting one Zergling off. And he's going to have all that scouting information. But MMA, he's going to take this refinery. He's going to take this armory. Nakseo sees that the second gas was taken as well, which is very important. He realizes there must be something up. He does actually spot that armory, and that hero Zergling, yeah, so annoying. Where'd it go? Did he finally kill it? What an annoying little Zergling. Oh my god, that would be so frustrating if my opponent was able to just run around like that. Reminds me of an awful ladder game I had last night where that literally happened and they scouted my armory and my Hellbat drops. But MMA is going to be going for that Hellbat drop. And his starport won't be done for another 30 seconds, so he can get out a couple of Hellbats. In preparation. He could have made some Hellions too if he wanted. He doesn't really have too many Hellions to actually scout. I think he lost one, which is No, he only built one Hellion. Okay, that makes some sense as to the number of them. So MMA is going to go. He'll be able to scout this third base out, and this is nice. It's always nice to scout the Zerg's third as a Terran player. Being able to recognize that you're not going to get hit with anything like a crazy fast all-in is so important in today's metagame, just because of how many Zerg players just all in the crap out of Terrans because they don't want to deal with the heavy Widowmine counts of the late game. They don't want to deal with Terran players getting huge economic leads by going triple command center. So MMA starts a much later third command center than we've seen in the previous maps. And 1-1 is on the way for Nakseo. MMA's got his 1-1 coming in soon, though, too. And I like that he went for the Hellbat drops, but he's only going to get one. Just one medevac with 2 Hellbats. And this is going to allow MMA to focus all of his spare APM on trying to make this cost effective. There's actually nothing here to defend, just a Queen in this main base. The drones might have to get pulled for Nakseo. Here come the Hellbats. MMA is in the main base, and he's actually starting to kill a lot of these drones here. A good number of them have gone down so far. He's actually fighting the Queen with these Hellbats. And I love this little bit of hold position micro so that he wouldn't get distracted and attack anything else. 11 drones already dead, though. MMA is doing work here with these Hellbats, and now he's going to lift up and boost on out of there. Very nice play so far. Nakseo taking some serious heat. The total worker count is now 46 to 49, and Nakseo, of course, can make a lot of drones at once because he does play that wonderful race Zerg. The problem is MMA's got mules, so now Nakseo, his economy is actually much closer to MMA's, and that is going to be so important as far as getting out the number of units MMA wants or needs, for that matter. Spine going down at the third base. This Hellbat drop is spotted by over 9,000 of the other Overlords. Where did the second medevac go with the Hellbats in it? I'm trying to find that. Did he lose it? Well, he's going to try to drop the third. There's nothing here, though. Where's that other medevac? Oh, it's in the natural right now. Silly me. Going to pick up a couple more drones. He's actually killed 17 so far, so very nice play by MMA, and he's doing everything that he can. And as these drones are constantly being punched out now to replace the lost ones, MMA, he's building up his worker count. He is playing for this conservative macro behind it. He's not going to go crazy all in. He's not going to, make a crap ton of Hellbats with a ton of medevacs and just try to drop all day all over the place with 5,000 APM. That's not what his plan. MMA trying to stop this Overseer from scouting him, but now there's a Changeling in his base. He will need to make sure that he takes that out. That could end up being a bit of a nuisance to him. But starting to work on this Overlord. Another one bites the dust. MMA, no, there's a Changeling in your base. Nakseo, he's going to know everything. I mean, he won't know too much other than that MMA is playing as standard as humanly possible. But he might be able to recognize that 2-2 has not started yet for our Terran player. Nakseo's creep spread, it's reaching about the halfway point, at least MMA's base, by 12 or so minutes, which isn't terrible. I feel like this could be significantly better, but MMA, he's starting to push out in the field, and I think this is the part where he tries to slow down the creep spread. He does move out onto the creep. There is the scan. He's actually going to stim his bio to get the tumors. He wants to kill them very quickly and then get out. And this is a smart play from him. Does he have another scan available? He is walking very far out onto the creep. Yeah, he is completely willing to just throw these away for the creep tumors. And I can't blame him. He's going to set Nakseo back into the Stone Age of creep. And he's even leaving a trail of Widow Mines behind, which is so smart because Nakseo no longer has the vision there without those tumors. And that means that if he tries to run out and give chase to MMA on these further out creep tumors, he will be able to deal significant amounts of damage. There's another scan, and that's actually all of the active creep tumors on the map, except for the east side of the field. There's nothing here on the right side, nothing here in the center. The Mutalisks are going to come in now. Some Banelings trying to get some decent connections, but he actually cannot fight MMA's army head-to-head. There's a very low Marine count, I will say. The Mutalisks could try to get in on top of this, but no opportunities yet. He's going to run towards the natural. There's already some missile turrets set up. Easy going to try to take them out. He will kill the first missile turret. He has not lost really anything yet. But we now see MMA adding on a lot more barracks. He's adding on more factories. The question is, can Nakseo actually stop this massive bio push that's coming up here? More creep tumors were laid down, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He actually took up the Queens with the Widow Mines, and the Mutas are here with the Zerglings and the Banelings. He needs to slowly advance forward with the mines. He needs to make sure that they're spread out enough that he's not going to kill himself if he needs to retreat either, because I will forever have nightmares about 4GG versus Stefano in WCS Europe with those Widow Mines killing his own medevacs. But now we have A big counterattack for Nakseo. All these medevacs are flying right into the jaws of death. MMA, you crazy bastard. That is the wrong way to go. I've never seen a more ballsy man. Then that other medevac will finally die. And these Banelings are going to come in here. They will mostly land on the Marauders. The Little Mines taking out the Stragglers. And these Zerglings, a big counterattack for Nakseo, doing a lot of damage. MMA is taking a ton of heat in his main base. He's a lot of Marines queued up. He doesn't have the production that he needs to actually get these units out. There's a drop in the main. He's doing a ton of damage himself. He's pushing into the third, but with the unit production available for Nakseo, he might be able to just get a huge insurmountable lead at this point. He's on top of MMA's production. No matter what MMA does right now, he cannot hold his main base. There's too many Mutalisks here. The Marines are going to come out immediately stim. He has the 2-2 upgrades, but the Mutalisks have the +1. The Zerglings are also 2-2, and MMA is losing everything here. He's doing as much damage as possible, but that's it. He doesn't have anything left in the main base. He's down to 69 supply. He's going to run some more Marines, and he's going to try to hold us off. This is a rough spot to be in if he can focus on these Mutalisks. If Nakseo doesn't micro these at all, he might actually be able to clean the Mutas up. And with the damage he's doing in the main base, if he kills off at least 1 or 2 of these bases, he's going to be in a great spot, but more Zerglings are running in. MMA, he needs to get medevacs. He has a lot of Marine production. If he can stabilize and actually get his barracks back under his control, he could be fine, but the third base is about to get hit. MMA has lost so many SCVs here. What a rough spot to be in, seriously. Some Banelings getting a couple of hits. Nothing serious, though. MMA is going to be able to save himself for now, but he's going to call in a bunch of mules. And I think actually killing all those Mutalisks off might have been the only way MMA was going to have a chance at this game. Oh, goodness. Nakseo, he's got another Mutalisk that just kind of flew in here to die. Bit of a shame. And MMA, he lost almost all of his SCVs, so we have 50 killed by Nakseo so far. But MMA at the same time killed off the lair, which is very important. I don't think he actually got any other tech. He got the spawning pool, which he actually got a good bit of tech, which is nice. The spawning pool being very important to prevent those Zergling run-bys. And you know what? That's actually, I think that actually just saved MMA's life, because if he didn't kill that spawning pool, Nakseo just dumps and pulls out a ton more speedlings to assist the ones that were already in MMA's base. And MMA will have to rebuild these missile turrets. He's actually preemptively stimming these Marines over to stop the Mutas from coming and putting on that harass. Very smart play from MMA. If he can keep this third base stabilized, though, he has 4 orbital commands. And with this many mules, 8 on the field active right now, I guess it's going to immediately drop to 4. This is huge because he's just going to have so much unit production. He can actually make up for the fact that he lost all those SCVs quite easily. Because he plays Terran, and that's just, one of the other wonders of playing Terran is that you don't have, the other races have their production front-loaded, but MMA can front-load his economy, so even if he loses it, he's still okay in terms of resource income. Nakseo doesn't have that many Banelings. He's going to burrow a few outside of his base. MMA is going to stem 1 Marine out there to kind of just watch what's going on. And I do like the use of the burrowed Banelings positioned at almost all the ramps now. These medevacs are going to try to move out. Ooh, MMA's had bad luck with his drops. He's been spotted like every single time, and he's flown into Mutalisks before. He needs to be so careful right now. And we do have Nakseo coming in. He's got a lot of Zerglings. He still has more Baneling landmines. That mine will detonate on nothing. And he's going to scan, so nice scan from MMA. He should recognize now, okay, my opponent has burrowed Banelings. I need to be careful no matter where I'm going. This drop going in towards the main base is going to be spotted. The Mutalisks are coming. He wants to let the Marines at least unload. He's got a Widow Mine here. Burrow MMA's mine up. Ooh, gets a nice hit, taking out a Mutalisk and injuring a lot of the other ones. These Marines get into a bit of a skirmish. Will lift up to avoid the Zergling Baneling Deathclaw. But MMA, he's going to be stabilizing here. And keep in mind, army supply-wise, he is very close. His worker supply is where the big difference comes in here. And that just means that when MMA maxes out, he's going to have technically more army supply, a bigger army, theoretically, than his opponent. He's going to drop this 4th base. Taking out the economy of Nakseo is incredibly important right now, but I don't think he's going to be able to do too much more here. And Medevac does get killed, and that cuts off the escape route. But this extra base, oh, Nakseo! Dude, oh my goodness, the Banelings, the Marines are on top of the Banelings. He's going to move more in. A good split from MMA, but those Banelings are still, no. Oh my goodness, this is too intense for me. I can't handle this. Great Widow Mine hit, though, from MMA, and he's actually going to... That one Widow Mine actually detonates the 2 burrowed Banelings, but there's a big Zergling counterattack. Nakseo's going for the throat again. He wants to cut the economy. He wants to cut the head off of the snake that is MMA's economy. The problem is, he's already cut off the head. 3 more have sprouted, and MMA refuses to die. He's pretty much running around headless at this point. But he's still managing to do a ton of damage, and even more burrowed banelings being set up by Nakseo. I feel like every time he moves into a fight with banelings, he always burrows at least 1 or 2 of them, which is such a smart thing to do. Really giving himself that map presence, that map control, and I mean, he hasn't actually used them to great effect, but he's been doing his absolute darndest. Keep in mind, though, there's no hive for Nakseo. He never actually even got that. Did he get another lair? Yeah, he did. Okay, but that's about it. And with MMA's 3-3 about to finish, this becomes that part where Marines just completely dump on Zerglings, and that's, you know, that's not a fun position to be in. Trust me. Widow Mines are going to be neutralized to an extent. There are 3 Overseers here. The Marines will try to bait out a couple of these Banelings and the Zerglings. But at MMA, he's got that 4th base landed. This is incredibly important. He has a good number of Marines positioned by his 3rd. He does have a few Widow Mines. I think actually just a single mine, but the Marines are coming in. Now the Zerglings are going to swarm the base. The Widow Mine gets a great hit off on those Zerglings, killing about 7 of them, but the 3rd base might die. The Banelings are really softening up this command center. The Mutalisks as well. He will lose that 3rd. MMA, he does have a drop prepared, trying to hit that 4th base. But after losing his 3rd, MMA, the only reason why he's not out of this game, despite losing so much economy, was because he had the 4 orbitals, and those mines not able to do terrible amount of damage. He will lose all of them out in the center of the field. The big drop, trying to hit that 3rd. And right now, what MMA needs is an opportunity to actually get a big head-to-head fight. He does have that upgrade advantage. If he can fight the Zerglings on even terms, if he can avoid the Banelings, he will be in an absolutely fantastic position. In fact, Nakseo's Zergling count, Baneling count is incredibly low. But, well, MMA's 4th base under some pressure. Now the Marines are coming in. The medevacs are here on top of these units. But now we see that 3-3 really helping MMA power through Naxeo's units. The problem is, once these Banelings come in, he's going to be in a world of hurt. He needs to split the bio. He needs to split the bio. Here come the Banelings. He's moving in. The Banelings not doing anything at all. The Widow Mine getting in a great assist. And MMA, he's still in a position where he can continue to pressure the front here. He's going to immediately speed 2 medevacs off to the right side, realizing, you know what, I did a ton of damage. Continue the forward pressure. Move more Marines up. And you know what, just keep this slugfest going. The 4th base, though, under a ton of fire. The Marines will run up here to try to defend this, but he will lose some SCVs. And at this point, MMA really doesn't want to lose anything. But here's that double drop on the right side. This 4th base is ready to be ravaged. Its flower will be plucked from it pretty damn early in its life. Let's just say that. This base is gone. And now, I'm like, oh, MMA has Marines here? No. None of these are actually MMA's Marines. They're all changelings. And the drones have been saved from Nakseo. He's not going to lose anything at this base. But Nakseo does have a lot of Mutalisks, and as soon as he gets 1 or 2 good Baneling hits off on MMA, this game could just end with how many Mutalisks there are. I love putting the mines in the mineral line, just keeping them there for when the Mutalisks try to run by. And MMA, the only thing that's really going well for him is the fact that he has this upgrade advantage. As long as there's no chance of even a hive being remotely close to being landed on the field, that means even with the infestation pit, Nakseo has so much gas banked. He really needs an infestation pit. You know, infestors would help so much against this style. He's not building any marauders. He could go to hive tech. He could try to take this out, but now there's a big force of Mutalisks here and the Zerglings, and there's not too many Banelings. But really it just comes down to how well MMA is going to prepare for this, because now he's coming in with a drop. He's trying to keep this pressure up, and that is his only chance at winning this game. I love that he's kind of avoiding these Mutalisks. But if MMA can actually bait all the units to the top right, he can do a lot of damage. The Mutalisks are anticipating that MMA will immediately load back up into his medevacs. But no, he's just going to come in here, kill off an Overlord or 2. Big Zergling counterattack for Nakseo. He wants to put some pressure on MMA. I feel like he should just lift this main command center off and just drop it at the 3rd. But there are Zerglings burrowed there. He actually has a creep being pooped over at the east side base. And the Marines are trying to do everything that they can. But this is not an easy position to be in. Now MMA is saying, okay, you let your guard down, I'm going to move in. No, he's going to fly into Mutalisks again. MMA. Oh, God, that's the 2nd time he's flown straight into Mutas. Oh, goodness. The Marines in the main base, though, are going to pick off the drones here. The Zerglings will arrive. Widowmine gets a decent shot off, but the Marines are not going to be able to do too much else. MMA's going to fly that medevac out of there. And you know what? MMA, he can win this game. I don't know if he can anymore, but he was in a position where he really could a few minutes ago. And despite taking all that damage, but he really needs to get it together with these drops, and he does have the mines available to him. He's in a somewhat reasonable position. He actually, I believe he has the drilling claws upgrade, so his mines are strong, but he kind of needs the mines to win now. He can no longer just win with the upgrades or the good control, because ooh, those mines are actually going to ravage his own mineral line. but he can no longer win with just good control or just the upgrades because he's lost so much basically for free. And MMA is going to come in here. These Mutalisks are trying to get a good position. There are so many Whittle Mines, though, really digging away at Nakseo's units. And as long as you can deny that 4th base from Nakseo, he's going to be fine. But that hatchery is done. And if you can get the drones there, well, that's when things start to get very, very scary. The overall drone count is not super high. 67 is actually, it's okay. At least for this kind of economic situation. Now the drones are headed there. And once these bad boys saturate that east base, MMA is going to have a really hard time keeping up in production because he's running out of minerals at his bases that he does have. He's going to scan, picking off these units in the main base. The drone did burrow, so he wants to be able to grab them all. The Overseer is going to come in here. But I really like this multi-prong aggression from MMA. He's managed to shoot through a lot of the Zerglings. He does still have that upgrade advantage. And now the big push. So many Whittle Mines for MMA going towards the east side, but here comes that big base tradey type attack that we saw Nakseo do earlier. He wants to say, okay, you're going to push me. My unit production will be enough to stop you. And then I'm simply going to kill you by shutting down all of your production. And, well, ooh, there are Whittle Mines here. MMA, bro, the Whittle Mines. The Marines are trying to fight. He's bringing everything home. These Marines are sprinting like they are running the relay for life here, just trying to get home as fast as they can to defend this. He cannot afford to forfeit his production. But Nakseo, by the time MMA's forces get back, he's just going to leave. And that's what makes Terran players bash their faces into their keyboards at night because they have to deal with this. But oh, even that, look at that. That's like almost BM at this point, using the contaminate on the barracks. But oh, this base is very crucial. Great Whittle Mine hit actually. Ooh, that was close. Now you just need to keep in mind there are a lot of Baneling mines still on the field. These mines for MMA are kind of running around just being so annoying, which is actually kind of hilarious. Oh man, if he'd got another hit on those mutas. I don't know if my body can handle that. But, God, he's walking over these mines like crazy. Nakseo, if you were on top of your Whittle Mines, you win this game 20 years ago. Seriously. The mines are beginning to burrow. They're taking out a lot of the Banelings, and now it's just the Marines. There are a few more Banelings behind us, and now with so many Banelings being made by Nakseo, I don't know. MMA, you need to lift up. You can't lose these Marines. It's okay to bait the Banelings into your Whittle Mines, but you can't actually lose the Marines that you're baiting with. Or the, oh my God, he keeps running over these. But now there's not any Marines. Naxeo's going to come in here. He's going to burrow these Whittle Mines. Ooh, but the Overseers are here. This command center is going to fall. I think once this command center is dead, so will MMA's chances of winning this game. He's down to just a single command center. He has 1 orbital. He's actually floated he has 2. He's floated one over to the 3rd base, but a little too late. There's already Zerglings burrowed there. The Whittle Mines are trying to do some damage if they can, but their cooldowns are all gone. And there's Overseers here, and Nakseo just getting a very, very nice Mutalisk attacks. He's doing everything that he needs to do to be able to win this game. And I feel like MMA, oh my God, even with the upgrade advantage that he had, he just wasn't able to make it happen. He threw away too much, really. And it's a case of overextending. And I don't even care about the Baneling mines anymore. But this may be the one Baneling mine that we do get to see go off this game. Ooh, a lot of Marines dying there. And the SCVs are going to come in here. Not going to be too powerful versus these many Mutalisks. And he's like, I don't need to fight you. Comes in here. 1 solid Whittle Mine hit does get off. And MMA, GG's. Nakseo taking this next game in the Acer TeamStory Cup here for MVP. Very nice play overall here by our MVP Zerg. That was a pretty sick game. MVP, he tried his absolute best to try to keep things even. He did a lot of damage. He took so much. Seriously, though. He lost 50 SCVs, so early. That game went on much longer than it really should have, and that was also due to MMA's really, really nice 3-3 timing. The fact that there was never a 3-3 for the Zerg player. But, he flew 4 medevacs full of units into Mutalisks. That's 40 total supply. He took a lot of bad engagements. And you know what? I don't know how much credit I can give MMA because he also got a free break. Not a single one of those Baneling mines actually went off until the game was already over. So he just threw away too much. GG, though. We are going to get into the next lobby. We're going to see who will come up next versus Nakseo. You're watching the Acer TeamStory Cup. I'm your English caster for today, Nathanias. Don't go anywhere, guys. More StarCraft action on the way.